of Capitol Hill right here. The steps of Capitol Hill. This is where they don't really debate anymore, but they make laws and sign them and do TV shows for C-SPAN and other things like that, and also host international meetings, have special events, and have cool statues, including one of Johnny Cash, which I haven't seen yet, but it's been there for months. But now here's back to Snoop Dogg. How can people say that Snoop Dogg has sold out? Now look where Snoop Dogg started from. Look who he started with. Now, if you're saying Snoop Dogg sold out, I think you sold out. And I'm gonna tell you why. Who is Geppetto and who is Pinocchio? Are you really taking Snoop Dogg as a Pinocchio? I'm not. And I'm not taking him. Well, anyways, that's how I feel about it. And if you've noticed any people call Snoop Dogg a sellout right now, kind of a little too deep into that rainbow, unicorn, lightsaber, yoga vibrations, good vibes only team. And I'm not really with that team. I'm more with Team Family. Of course, who am I to say? I don't really have a family. I'm more of an orphan. If you would believe it or not, I live in transitional housing for homeless people. I'm still homeless. But I grew up nearby in Reston, Virginia, and I'll be 53 years old in May. What do you do when you get disability money? I start getting tattoos and buying suits and nice clothing. I'm trying to get my mind together, figure out what my purpose is on earth. And I look around at the things going on here in Washington, D.C., and they shock me and frighten me. And what shocks me and frightens me more is that with the amount of invented money of a $36 trillion deficit, there's so many people still hurting and in need. And if we're going to raise the deficit by, I don't know, tens of trillions of dollars, $36 trillion, tens of trillions of dollars in the past decade or so, then I think we should raise the amount of help we give to citizens or people. Let's forget the whole citizens word. Let's think of the people word. Because I'll tell you what, food and clothing in small places for people to live are a lot less expensive than things that the size of school buses that cost $20 billion each. And what those things are, I don't know, but we seem to pay for them and for the research and development, R&D for a lot of these things. And that's $36 trillion worth of R&D worldwide. So can we get some clothing and shelter and nutrition for people? And I'm not talking biscuits in bags and water in plastic bottles, and then public water supply that's got more chemicals in it than most people would like to know. Depending on your region also, do you have soft water or hard water? Think about that. Back to Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg would never sell out, nor would Cheech and Chong, nor would Ice-T, nor would Dr. Dre, nor would Eminem, nor would 50 Cent. So you can say what you want, and I can say fuck you, right here from the steps of Capitol Hill. And there was one more thing on my mind, and it was this. With that whole rainbow unicorn vibration, there's a lot of people that are in this high fashion around us, whether it's men or women, whether they're sweethearts or whether they're villains all the time in your face, because they'll smile and be so positive, but then they're real negative. And you can read about it in your teachings in lots of different religions and scriptures, including the Bible, which was my invitation to the people of God in doing my service. And so I sit here on the steps of Capitol Hill saying, how do these people have all this money for their high fashion items when basically, guess what? They don't earn that much at their jobs, and they're not getting fakes from overseas, like the headphones I was speaking of on the steps of Supreme Court, which is right over there, talking about the earbuds that I just got that I've only charged twice, yet they don't hold a charge. And so chop shops, much like vehicles, chop shops for electronics, where they do detailing on them with Q-tips, in some warehouse around here, another nation, and places like Goodwill collect them and sort them out and send them out to these different chop shops. And then they resell them at stores where they make $10 and I spend $15, and they think it's fun to make suckers out of people who just want to shop and buy stuff. And so, think about all the weird stuff that goes around you, and think about if you really want to participate in it or not. And think about this too. How many times do you stop and look at nature every day? How many times do you say, oh, that poor dog or that poor cat that's hurting on TV with the SPCA? And then you know what happens? What happens next? People are in the streets and people ignore them who are hurting and suffering. Literally. Children are disappearing straight up, worldwide, and in the United States regularly. And I don't know whose facts and figures are correct. It's all manipulated by sociologists, basically, and analysts who can use median, mean, or mode to be different sorts of averages, when really they're just manipulating a created thing. So anyways, like, that other thing that was bothering me though, nutrition. The biggest hole in service of people in the United States of America is nutrition. And if you're on disability, like I recently was put onto Social Security disability for PTSD, as well as brain injury that happened about a year ago when I was attacked at a park here locally when I was still living in a tent by people that lived around in these tents for over 6 months, and they're still running free apparently with an open case. And I'm seeing them out here in the public. Well, not all of them, but, and like the thing is, why will the government cut my food stamps almost $200 when I get disability, when I'm still only getting $1,600 a month plus a couple extra dollars for disability? $1,650 some dollars this year every month to live on, so my food stamps got cut to less than $100. Now, if I wanted to take some pills, like any kind of pills for my reason, I could go to a doctor. I could ask these officers right over here. I'd say, officers, what doctors do you go to? And they'd say, these doctors, and I go give them my insurance, right? And the doctors will give me maybe 5 pills to make sure I'm healthy. And Medicaid, or, well, I have Medicaid now, and after I'm on disability for a few months or whatever it is, then I'll have Medicare. And so what'll happen is this. I'll switch from Medicaid to Medicare, and it'll continue to pay for 5 or 10 medications, you know, $500 or $10,000. Let's be honest, they'll pay $25,000 or $30,000 a month for my medication. All kinds of good stuff to make sure I'm healthy, but only $90 a month for food. Which brings me back to my point about nutrition and the services in the United States, since we now have $36 trillion to give to everybody, since it's our tax money, right? And then, with all those things swimming in my brain, I wonder a lot of things. I wonder, why? I don't even know how to sing that song. It's an old song, it's a good song. And I got to see, there's an eagle, or it was a hawk flew through here earlier. It was really cool, red-tailed hawk carrying a stick. I was walking through the street, and it was pretty cool. And other than that, I'm gonna go exercise, Flower Power, and get my medication from the store here rather than from some swashbuckler in the streets who might put a little speck of something in it. And I gotta remember not to give people lights with my lighter, because this googly-eyed guy the other night asked for a light and I gave him one. Then he walked by about 10 minutes later, real googly-eyed, asked for a light and told me to fuck off. Remember that people who do the googly eye around here sprinkle shit in the lighter. Which brings me back to that song. I wonder why? And I wonder why in the United States of America we have a fucking culture that preys upon people, and just preys upon everyone. So we need to help everyone as the best we can. Unless all we want to do is fuck everyone and forget that the Freemasons are the ones doing everything worldwide, using the Quran, the Bible, and the Middle East as their gatekeepers. Basically, a really evil society that basically hides 20 million to 25 million people in servitude in the oil fields of the United Arab Emirates, fueled by the United States dollar only, worldwide. Hey, Y'all shouldn't really watch the news too much. You should just really learn from people. And get elders. And then ask God what to do with your life. And do it. And if you have parents, ask your parents how to achieve what you want to achieve with your life. However, if you don't have fucking parents and your friends raise you, I'm sorry. That's the plan of this place. The United States of America, they're putting in broken shit all around here. Now I'm going to take you across the street and show you what it looks like when you live here in Washington, D.C., and they can't even build proper sidewalks or attend to a broken sewer that's been sitting broken for at least a week. And I'm the one who put the orange cone on it over a week ago. Yet they'll make a big show for the media and put up metal fences all around here, which someone could have lost a finger or gotten really fucking injured putting up these fences when there was nothing different going on at all around here. And they put in all these human man hours basically to what's called fleece the American people and to fleece the world about what's going on. When basically everybody's just chilling around here, business as usual. And that's straight up true. Straight up true. And that's all that's going on around D.C., Washington, D.C. The weirdest fucking thing around Washington, D.C. is me. That's fucking true. That's fucking straight up true. And I put that up for 3 people. Marcus Garvey, Johnny Cash, and I'll give it up to Mahatma Gandhi. I am the weirdest fucking thing going on in Washington, D.C. Straight up. And not weird bad. Weird good. Because most of these people want to keep super predators walking free in our communities. And that's why they keep the laws the way they do here. Where super predators are released every day from prisons in the United States. There's no rehabilitation in the penitentiary system of the United States of America, the so-called penal system, which was started after Emancipation Proclamation with Angola as the first federal penitentiary in Louisiana. The penal system has nothing to do with rehabilitation or justice. It's the penal system. The president has just arranged to send prisoners to El Salvador, where they say they're already housing thousands of murderers in gymnasium-sized prisons that are already built. Yet he just announced he's sending folks to Venezuela as well, or he's about to. And how do I know that? Because I'm magic. And I'm not with the Pope, because the Pope likes to make the Vienna Boys Choir sing for him and his friends and go up under their dresses so they can create Jacob's ladders that last for thousands of centuries, thousands of years, and fake-ass calendars that make no sense at all except to confuse people with 12 months instead of the natural lunar calendar of 13 months. But oh yeah, those broken sidewalks I was going to show you that are right near here, I could walk over there and show you on this video. But I'll just show you with the magic of video as I go catch the bus for the White House over here. You know, like, and the funnest thing about me is because I got broken teeth and tattoos, it doesn't fucking matter what you do in the future with these videos or how you stagger technology from the public. See, the innovators make it. The military gets it about 10 to 15 years after the innovators have it. And then the military gives it to the public 20 to 30 years after that. So if you've got high-tech little fucking cameras the size of dice, and I grew up in Reston, Virginia that has 4K, and fucking cable television was tested on Fairfax County and Montgomery County before it was given to the world, then guess what? They had those dice cameras with 4K technology when I was a kid making videos in Reston, Virginia. Stick that up your ass and record it. Ha ha. Oh, here goes the broken sewers. Have fun with that.